the set.
Wow, the set's packed today.
The set
Not
is
only
packed.
is behind the scenes packed
Yep.
with lighting people, producers, directors, but the table's packed today.
And we solved
I
the
like
problem. We solved the problem with the ceiling lights reflecting off the mirror.
it. Shh, nobody was supposed
The
to know
mirrors.
that. Yeah,
Well, they all saw it.
I know.
The mirror's not in the shot
Okay.
anymore.
You ready for today? Are we ready for our countdown?
Let's do it, brother.
Okay, let's do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back, friends. Welcome back to the holiday weekend edition of the Jersey Alchemist. I'm your host, Dr. John Gerard Gallucci.
Wait a minute. Why did you just go so quick like that? That wasn't just because Michael's here. I mean, just, where's the...
Was I quick?
Yeah,
the producer,
too quick. The
producer's doing this.
Yeah. I mean, that's a big deal for me. The people, the emails and the comments have all said they enjoy how you just
All right.
roll off that.
This is the first time we'll ever actually be recorded on a second take. Right?
Oh, okay.
Maybe? I don't know.
Right.
Did we do it once
Go
before?
ahead. No, that's okay.
No, go ahead. You got to do the count.
5, 4,
That's my cue.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome back, friends. Welcome back to another episode of the Jersey Alchemist. I'm your host, Dr. John Gerard Gallucci.
That was a little bit better. And
All
I'm
right.
Philip D'Angelo.
And I'm Michael
There's the
Sabella.
camera up there.
Sabella, yeah.
We need a red light on the camera.
Yeah. I think we're a little. I mean, Mike's a big deal. We waited
Mike's
a
a big-
long time for
Mike's a-
Mike to be here.
Absolutely.
Well,
You know?
thank you for having me, guys.
Oh, come on, it's our pleasure. I know they sent a car for him. I mean, is that true?
I don't know. Mommy sent a call.
They
Oh,
sent a
yeah.
car,
Yeah,
picked
it
him
was,
up, dropped him off.
nice.
Tell the truth.
Listen.
Don't put me on the spot, Phil.
Yeah. I mean, it could create a little jealousy. I mean,
Well, I do rank a little bit.
Yeah, amen. You are. That's
Well, even though you're longer in his life.
No.
Well,
No, that's awesome.
Somebody's
What's
darting
going?
their eyeballs back and
Oh,
forth.
and we forgot about Major Bones, Mike.
Yep,
I
that's
mean,
true.
he's a big part of this staff. Here he goes.
Hello, Michael. What a pleasure to finally meet you. I'm Major Bones. I know you've heard a lot about me. I've heard a lot about you. Is it true that you're going to speak about weight loss and weight gain today?
He's talking to you.
Well, if so, I'm going to throw a request at you immediately, right from the start. I
Okay.
need to gain some weight, Michael. You need to help me. I'm desperate.
Wow.
All right, Bones. So I see you got a couple of issues, but
Yeah.
He's got a couple of issues.
we'll have to pack something on you one way or another, Bones.
Yeah, even if it's even if
You know,
it's
we-
clay, even if
Yeah.
it's Play-Doh.
Yeah, we could fix you, Bones. You just tell us what you need, and we'll.
Mike, please, you have to understand, I'm desperate. Pretty much, all through the years. Anything I've eaten or drank, it goes right through me.
But all bones.
That's funny. That's an old line.
All right.
Yeah, skin
Yeah.
and bones.
The only thing we really had a problem with Bones is he wasn't speaking up enough. So now we know that to reach that camera, you gotta speak toward the camera and speak up.
All right.
Yeah. That's with Bones. Yeah. So we did that. So Mike, Bones went right for the nutrition, the health. I mean, obviously you're in fantastic shape. You're very fit. Is that what we're going to talk about today?
I think so. I
Okay.
think we're gonna go over. Well, this is a great time of year, right?
Mhm.
Everyone wants to get ready for the beach. So,
True.
So
Well, some of us.
That
Some
beach
of us-
body.
Yeah, well.
Some of us have our own beach balls.
All right. Well, more than 50% of us want to try to look good at the beach this year.
I agree.
Right? So,
Okay.
so based on that,
I mean, but Michael, not only the beach. I mean, let's talk about nutrition and exercise as far as health goes. I mean, I'm a senior citizen. I mean, I need help now.
no problem.
That's what I'm talking
No
about.
problem. Simple.
Okay.
So, yeah.
You. Here's the thing. Regardless of who you are, you're driving the seat. You're driving the car.
Okay.
I can only be a passenger and guide you and tell you to make a left. If you decide to go straight, That's your own business. You want to make a right when I tell you to make a left? What are you going to do? I mean, it's the same thing. If I tell you this is what you should do, and you decide, well, I don't feel like it. Well, then look in the mirror.
I don't feel like it.
Look in the mirror, and then you're going to turn around and you're going to say, well, I guess I'm happy with the way I am. Because if you're not, then you're going to keep seeing that same person.
Do you think that it actually comes down to that when people start a diet and they lose 5 pounds in a week because it's water weight, and then they kind of recede back? Do you think ultimately that fail comes in because when push comes to shove, they're really just okay with how they look?
No, I don't think so.
Well,
I don't think so. I think that what happens is that people start to see results, and then they get laid back. And they're like, well, I just lost 10 pounds. Let me just have, I'm going to treat myself to some garbage, whatever. Ice cream.
I'm going to treat myself to
piece
some
of cake
garbage.
and something. Whereas if they just said, well, let me, you know what, I am going to treat myself to something at the end of the week. But something. You're not going to have a bowl of ice cream.
I'm out right away.
Well, you should, treat yourself.
Okay,
But have a little reward.
The episode's over.
Yeah.
It's not going to work. Like we talk about it all the time, John. Like Mike, exactly what you're saying. Mindset. Your
100%.
mindset has to be focused. And sometimes people need like they get scared. They need a wake-up call. Maybe they went to the doctor or they had to go for an EKG or some kind of right, something to do with your heart.
Sure.
And the doctor says, or diabetic, your weight's up, your cholesterol. What are you going to do about it? So when there's a problem, you're the guy to see.
Well, I'm one of them.
One of them.
One
Okay.
of them that will keep it simple. I think the problem is that there's too many diets out there, and everybody wants to try this diet, try that diet, and I'm not a big fan of that fasting diet. I think it's maybe great in the beginning, but the weight that you lost, I can't tell you how many people I know that went on that fast diet, and if you don't stay on it, you're putting back the weight that you took off plus. So keep things simple. There's a million diets out there, not a million, but hundreds of diets out there because everybody's different. But I don't, forget about all of this, whether it's a low-carb diet, it's a high-protein diet, it's the
carnivore diet, the vegan diet,
the
Mediterranean diet.
You could go on and on.
It's
There's so many of them. Atkins diet, right? You got Atkins, you got the
And they all work short term.
short term.
Short term. Lord knows I've tried them all.
Right.
And they all work short term. But then, especially Atkins, you'll drop weight if you keep your carbs down. Wow, look at this. But the second I smell a carbohydrate, forget about it. Here we go. Right back up.
Yeah, for me, that's...
So, again, keep it simple. You should have a diet built around you and anybody else. It should be, everybody eats different. Whether maybe you don't like whatever, let's just say fish, okay? In my case, I don't eat
Not a
fish,
fish guy.
period.
Okay.
That's it. So I'm a big beef guy. I'm a big macaroni guy. I love peanut butter and jellies. I want to have.
You're singing my song.
Yeah. So, but the thing is that, let's just start with this morning. What'd you have for breakfast?
Well, right now I'm very focused.
Okay.
Right now I'm very focused.
So that's good.
Yes. So right now my meals so far today, I've had 2, and they were egg whites, mushroom, spinach, and I had that twice.
How many egg
14.
Well, that's what I'm getting at.
2
right?
dozen.
Yeah.
But there's no calories in
Big
egg
Lou
whites.
Albano.
but why-
He used to eat 3 dozen eggs.
Why are you only having the egg whites? Do you have high cholesterol?
No. My cholesterol is good, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep my fat content down, and just not eat. I'm trying to stay low on carbs, and the carbs I have, I'm trying to do like fruits and stuff like that.
Okay, so you got the egg, right?
Okay.
So we'll talk about the egg.
Okay.
The yolk has just as much protein as the white,
Okay.
and it has the healthy fats. So
Okay.
when you're throwing away that, if you had problems with cholesterol,
Yeah.
then you want to turn around and you want to say, okay, maybe I'll have 2 whites and 1 full, right?
Mix it up.
Okay, and then you'll cut it down with like an acid, like grapefruit juice, orange juice, something like that, because if you can get that, it might cut that cholesterol down.
Okay.
Listen, I'm no doctor,
No.
but I'm just saying.
I'm listening, brother.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like.
That's
so,
Mr. Egg over there.
I am Mr. Egg, and you know what? The verdict, isn't really reached yet about eggs. For decades, we were told eggs will give you a heart attack. Eggs will kill you. And then we find out more recently that eggs are the single best whole food anybody can eat. And if you're inclined to find yourself in a gym and you're lifting weights or working out, the cholesterol and the protein in the egg is almost perfect for building muscle. And there's no carbs.
Wow.
So I like eggs, and for 17 years I was allergic to eggs.
That's
But
wild.
Mike, just give us a little your credentials. You're a natural bodybuilder,
yeah,
right?
I
Certified.
personal trainer,
There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
contractor, right?
Hey,
But not
he's a builder.
He's a
yeah.
builder.
But
Not only building bodies.
I've
That's right.
I've been training since the early '80s, and I self-learned by error. Okay, didn't know that if you keep doing, 1-arm reps with one arm that can do 15 reps, and the opposite arm can only do 5. Okay, 5, and then all of a sudden you look in the mirror, you're like, okay, we got a problem. One side of my body looks so much better than the other. How do I do that? And what am I doing wrong? So trial and error over the years, and you kind of fix things and adjust things.
Absolutely. Mike, we know as we go on, especially as you get older, we know eating healthy is the right thing to do. We know that exercise, you have to move, 4 times a week at least? Exercise?
I think like every other day. It depends. Everyone is different. It depends. Everything depends on your goals.
Okay.
If you want to if you told me I have, for argument's sake, my daughter's wedding in 2 months, I need
Sure.
to drop 30 pounds. No big deal. No big deal. Not at all. Because we're gonna simplify it, and we're gonna say, okay, you got 8 weeks, and you want 30 pounds. So your first week, we're gonna lose like 7 or 8 pounds, like John said. You lose the first bit quick, right?
Okay.
So now we're down to 22 pounds at that point, and we still have 7 weeks to go. So if it's 3 pounds a week, it's not, that doesn't,
It's not
that's
that
not,
difficult.
right. So it's your first 2 weeks, you're gonna lose it quick. And
Okay.
it's a matter of like how fast you want to get there, depending on you. I've had people come to me and say, hey, I need to lose 15 pounds. I'm like, when? In 2 weeks. And I'm like, okay,
Wow.
no problem.
Mm.
No problem. We can do it if you want to.
Yeah.
It's you. You're in charge. I can only tell you what to do. And to me, water.
Water.
They think about the body, right? They say anywhere between 45 to 70%, 75%, your body is made up of water. So water will do so many good things for you and your body, and it will hydrate you, right?
Mhm.
How many women especially wake up in the morning and they have a headache? Why? They dehydrated themselves.
How much water should somebody drink? This is a big question, Michael. I see people walking around with gallon jugs all the time, and I'm like, how much water can
That's
one
me.
person drink? I mean, I drink out of a little bottle, but how much water does everybody
All
need?
right, so there's my opinion, or are we
Yeah.
going by like medical? Because I think an ounce per pound. Okay, so you're 200 pounds, get 200 ounces in. That's me. When I was competing
That's a lot
at
of
Wait a minute.
That's a lot of
Isn't
water.
there like 128 ounces in a gallon? How
Gallon?
many ounces in a gallon?
I don't know.
A little on the spot
yeah,
research.
128.
is it?
Yeah, in a gallon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that number was stuck in my
Wow.
head.
Yeah, you did good.
So,
Wow. So I'm drinking about 3 gallons of water.
Yeah. and you want to know?
Don't do that.
Well, here, you know what? If you guys are up for this, we
here
can
comes
do a
the water
test.
challenge.
water
We
challenge?
could do a test, okay? I'll come back in a week from now,
Yeah.
and you're now listen. Everybody's different.
Okay.
Again, I weighed 150 pounds.
Okay.
Okay, when I was competing, the way to get cut as a natural bodybuilder was drinking water.
Wow.
Okay, at 150 pounds, I was drinking 2.5 gallons of water minimum every day. My nose would just slightly run, and I knew I was perfect. I was primed. You do pee a lot. There's no questions about that. You're gonna wake up in the night.
But you were accustomed to that.
You-
If look, I'm the guy. He's kidding. I'm the guy with the gallon now because I listened to you and I listened to the producer, and I was constantly running dehydrated, and so the only way I was going to get a gallon down the hatch in the waking hours was if I carried the stupid jug, from here to there with me. I'm not taking it to the supermarket,
Right.
but if I come from the house, I stick it in the car, I bring it up here in between shoots or before or after. How do I get through it? 12 to 16 big mouthful swigs each time I put that gallon up to me, and I finish it sometime between 9 p.m. and 10:30
Too
p.m.
late. Too late.
Well, it is, but I just can't get it down any faster than that.
So simplify it.
And if you, please, I want everybody to understand medically, don't go like whole hog crazy on trying to,
Drown yourself.
drown yourself because you can do that. And if you drink too much fresh water, the water is attracted to sodium. The sodium is in your system, and you can herniate your brain, literally. So
Really?
yeah.
So you can drown by drinking too much water.
Well, not in the sense that you can't breathe. You can get cerebral edema. Your brain will swell, and you could actually die that way. Oh yes. Oh yes.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
So
Where,
Mike, do you
where
want-
are
do you
you
want that
much,
to happen
where
to
are
us?
you much more likely to be saved if you have a partial drowning as a victim, as a kid or an adult, in the ocean? Because the ocean is salt. It's more isotonic to your body fluids. If you partially drown or there's a freshwater drowning, that's a problem. Those people, if they haven't died outright from the drowning because their lungs are filled and they can't breathe, they get tremendous body swelling, their brain can herniate, and they'll die in a day or 2 or 3 in the ICU later. Freshwater drownings are no good. So a freshwater drowning, if you really want to push it, is like somebody going whole hog and they don't really understand what they're doing, and they say, I'm going to drink 3 gallons of water today. Don't do it.
Right.
Wow.
Look
Right.
it up.
I agree with you.
Look it up.
But water is important.
Water's very important.
So let's back up. Let's just say drink 2/3 of your body weight. Okay, so a 200-pound guy would need 150 ounces.
Okay.
Is that fair?
It's a little over a gallon then. Okay.
Is that
Okay.
fair?
I mean, it's listen. The whole principle is fair. I'm not saying it's not
So what
fair.
do you say,
but-
an ounce per pound?
That's what
Is that
I
you said,
that's
an
what
ounce per
I
pound?
would think. That and then again, it depends on how fast you want to drive that car to get to your plan.
Okay.
Okay. So no, again, don't drown yourself like
No,
like you're
yeah,
saying. You
can't
did.
do it.
I mean,
That's Right.
you got to be smart.
Yeah.
Okay. And you should have a plan. So let's just for argument's sake, the 3 of us, because I need to go on a diet too. Okay.
Excuse me.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, he and Bones.
Yeah, but Bones is
We're gonna have to
Bones is
put-
gonna
we're gonna
gain
have
weight.
to
I
put-
gotta lose a
You
You
little
don't have an
bit
ounce
of
of body fat on you. What's he talking
Phil, you
about?
have no idea.
Yeah.
Doctors couldn't find any fat on him a month ago.
Oh, he's one of them.
Yeah,
Yes.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
sorry, but
Oh,
but
jeez.
Even the
you.
producers
Well, I've got a
laugh.
little extra if you need any.
Yeah,
Believe me.
well,
Surgeon, just start cutting some off.
yeah.
If we
I'll
we'll
show you
sew it
where I
on
need.
him.
I'll show you where I need a
Wow.
little couple extra ounces
Wow,
here
wow,
and there.
wow. That's amazing to hear
So
that.
so if you guys want,
All right.
I'll do it too.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
All right.
So
Here comes the throwdown.
without getting into body weights, okay, you already know I'm like 150. Right?
Okay, I'm
So-
way too heavy today.
Okay. All right.
Today I was 230. Boom.
Okay.
I can't believe you're catching up to me.
I know. I'm trying hard.
This
Phil.
morning I was 236.
And I'm on a diet.
Wow.
I know.
We'll fix that.
Well, you're big boned.
I'm big bone.
That's what they told me for years. You're husky.
Yeah, right,
Yeah, I heard that my whole life, you know. Right here with your husky.
right, right.
All right. All right, so, I mean, so what do you want us to do? I
So
mean,
let's. How much water do you think you? Now let me simplify before
I'm
you
gonna- I
answer
drink
that, let me
the same thing
simplify
every
it.
day.
Let me simplify this. Can you nail a quart an hour from the time you wake up? Now, depending
A quart? Is
an
that-
hour,
oh, how much
not
is
for
a
the
quart?
whole day.
How many of these bottles is a quart?
What do you think he is?
Two?
A blue whale?
Uh,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, two. It's not a. So, what I'm getting at is, you wanted a gallon, right?
I'm struggling with a gallon.
In 4 hours, you can have a gallon done, and now you
But I
can
won't
nurse.
be. First of all, I'll be rolling around like a walrus
All right,
underground,
good.
and I'll have to have a catheter.
Yeah, but
in me.
you know what that's going to do to your complexion? Your skin's going to have a nice glow. You're going to get rid of all those toxins in your body.
Well,
You're going to rehydrate
listen.
yourself.
I'm all in on the toxins, and I really miss. I don't have access to a sauna. So, I mean, I never had this before. Now I got it, and I got this just in the last.
I think
2 months.
I think 2 bottles an hour is doable,
Okay.
especially with the warm
He said
weather.
all day.
Oh,
No,
okay.
not all day. Not all day. I want you to do it till you reach your point, and then you're going to nurse it. I said do it for 4 hours, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
4
4
hours.
Okay. Now one other thing.
I
8
thought
to
you
that's
said-
12. 8 to 12.
What-
I'm shutting
one
it
other
down.
thing, again, going, Doc, right?
Go ahead.
Okay. If you have heart problems or kidney problems, you really got to check with your doctor
Of course.
before
Sure.
you do this. You can increase your water
Glad you
intake
said
to a
that.
certain extent, but if
Okay.
you have some type of digestive or heart or kidney or anything, you got to really talk to your doctor. Tell them that I'm going to try to drink X amount of water a day. Do you see any complications with that?
What will water complicate? Like, how will that complicate things?
Well, I think
Well, because
he's saying if you have kidney, let's say your renal function is decreased, and you start overloading yourself on water, not only are you going to get edema in your body, you might go into congestive heart failure. Your lungs will fill up with water.
Yeah, your kidneys
Right.
are working hard already, so now they're going to work harder to get rid of that water and to filter it out, which
Right.
in one way maybe it's good because you're taking all the crap out of your
Right,
body,
right,
all the
right.
toxins, but in the other way, your kidneys can't handle that extra work,
Okay.
Right.
Wow. Interesting.
so, right?
This
Yeah.
is no
When you
joke.
think- No,
it's
no,
no
no,
joke.
So that's
It's
why
serious
you want to
stuff.
try to do, hydration, muscle function, weight loss. Those are your 3 things that water's going to do for you. If you
Okay.
have health problems, you have to kind of gauge yourself and talk to your doctor before you jump right in and say, well, Mike said I should be drinking an ounce or
Right,
2/3 of your body weight in ounces,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, no, just, here's the thing. If we're eating, right?
Yeah.
It's, this morning, when you wake up in the morning, the best thing that you can do is kneel at least 20 something ounces of water before you eat anything. What is that going to do? It's going to rehydrate yourself.
Okay.
Okay? It's going to get your metabolism going,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Okay? So, and it's going to help you start to burn some fat and calories
Okay.
because everything is going.
Okay.
Okay? Now you're going to eat. So now you're going to, just for argument's sake, Phil, let's just make believe that you had a bagel with egg and cheese with no bacon. Okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
no bacon. Who would
Right.
think
So,
put bacon on there?
so, right. So, let's just say that, I know you wake up early.
Yes.
So let's just say that that's 5 a.m. for you. So you already drank your water. 5 a.m., you're going to cut that bagel in half, and you're going to have half of it now. Does your body know that it's getting half? Because it's used to eating a whole.
That's
Right?
true. That's true.
So now, your body's going to take that food, and it's going to start grinding it up. Your metabolism's going to go. And all of a sudden, it's going to be like, where's the rest of it? So now it's going to steal from the fat, and it's going to start to burn some of that out.
Okay.
And now, just as your stomach starts growling again,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to say, okay, here's the other half. So you
Okay.
still had a whole, but you
But
didn't
you
have
broke
it at
it
one
down.
time,
Okay.
right?
should we eat every 3 to 4
3
hours?
hours.
Every 3 hours.
3 hours. Everybody's different. Now, when I was bodybuilding, it didn't matter what time of the day or what time of the night. I had to eat every 3
Tell
hours.
him how many sandwiches you ate.
Oh,
Look, can we go back to his credentials?
Yes.
Everybody in his family, everybody in his inner circle, from Staten Island to Jersey to wherever,
Yeah.
they lovingly refer to him as the genetic freak.
Mm.
He could, you could back up a
Yeah.
catering truck,
Yeah.
and he doesn't gain weight.
Yeah.
but I try to.
Am I right?
You are right. You are right. I'm not going to say you're not, because I used to
Right.
go to bed at 11 or 12 o'clock at night, wake up at 6, and I lost 5 or 6 pounds just by sleeping, and that's the way it
I
was.
absorbed
Sleeping-
5 or 6
sleeping is
pounds
And that was
overnight.
Sleeping's hard work.
And,
Yeah.
yeah, and that was having 2 peanut butter and jellies before I went to bed.
You know, Mike, me and you really don't have a lot to discuss.
Yeah. So
I mean,
my
we're
meta-
coming from
Yeah, but
Mars
don't
and
forget
Venus here. I mean, this is
Yeah.
unbelievable. I
Right.
mean, but I mean, when you train somebody, I mean, do you understand? I mean, I know you understand, but I mean, a guy like me, my metabolism, it's been shut off. That flame's been this,
Yeah, but-
burns like this much. There's no
Yeah.
picking up on my metabolism.
I promise you, I'll put $100 up if I can't make you get where you are, and you tell me reasonable what you want to do in X amount of time, okay? And then, if not, you take that 100.
All right.
Will you do what I want you to do?
Well, yeah, I will. I'll
not
try
gonna,
it.
I'm
I'll
not
try
going to
it.
kill you.
No,
I want
listen.
you to eat. You have to eat.
You
You
have
have to eat.
You sure you want to tell a guy like me you have
You
to eat?
have to eat.
Okay.
You won't be hungry. I
All right.
promise.
Okay.
You will not be hungry. I want you to eat, and I want you to drink.
Am I gonna have to like run around the block like 16 times,
No.
stuff like that?
No,
You know,
just do.
you're gonna put that plastic suit on me, and you know?
That's we do that when you need to lose a
not-
little extra weight, but not
No?
for you. Like
Okay.
when
for the young guys, I can
we've
see.
had the guys at the shows
Mhm. Oh
okay,
yeah.
that were carrying a little extra water weight,
Mm.
and so I cut the garbage bag, the neck out,
Wow.
2 arm spots, put them on,
Wow.
put sweatshirts on,
Wow.
put another sweatshirt on,
I'm getting
and
nervous.
tell them to go run.
Mm.
Okay, they come back.
Well, these are guys that are young and in good
Oh,
shape.
Yeah, and I'm talking about
I
competing.
would keel over halfway down the
Competing.
street.
Yeah.
So, only 3 pounds? Okay, dry them off,
Mhm.
go back out again.
Wow.
Here you go. Now you made your body weight. Now you're in that class that you wanted to be in.
Hmm.
Okay?
So really, once you start controlling your nutrition, your water intake, your exercise program, you can almost do what you're doing. Then you can dictate. You got to go up 3. You got to go down 3.
Exactly.
Okay. So
Yeah,
you have to put yourself in a position to succeed.
Now, what's your
Uh-oh.
cheat meal? Like what?
What isn't
what-
my cheat
all right,
meal?
well,
I
just
mean,
give
let's
me-
go
give me-
there.
Give me. Is it ice cream?
It's
is it
everything.
Candy? Is
It's-
it chocolate? Is
it's-
it?
it's- It's everything, all of the above. I am a foodie. Food is, it's
Right.
oxygen.
That's right, yeah.
It's
So-
oxygen. There is no food. I've never met a food I didn't like.
Okay, so but
Let's go.
Is
I don't
there
care
something that
I love
like
it all.
I had
Pick
a
something.
lady I was training, right?
Yeah.
And she said I have to have my ice cream,
Okay.
and I said fine. I said you can have it once a week. She says no, every day.
Oh,
I
Wow.
said
oh.
okay. Here's what we're gonna do. Before you work out,
Mhm.
which is usually in the early afternoon,
Okay.
you can have your ice cream.
Interesting.
And you know what she said? No, I have to have it at night while I'm watching TV. I said, well, then you're going to
Have
remain
have it at
fat.
night?
That's right.
Yeah,
You're going to remain fat.
Right,
I said,
yeah.
I don't
Husky,
know,
husky,
or whatever.
Husky.
There's nothing
Big
that I
ball.
can. I'm
Big
telling you,
ball.
okay, I'll split the difference with you.
Mm.
Have it at this time, because then you'll burn it. But no, you want to have it when you're sitting down, your
That's
body is shut
ridiculous.
down,
Yeah.
and you're going to just keep
Yeah.
eating your ice cream.
Yeah.
That's. I'm not fighting you on what you want to eat.
Mm.
I'm telling you, we had to make adjustments. Maybe some things have to be eliminated, and maybe at the end of the week, you say, okay, you can have a small portion. Right, Bones? Look, Bones?
Small person.
Small portion,
Yeah.
okay? Not something,
Wow.
Right.
you remember when your mom would tell you, don't leave the table until everything is done on you?
She never had to tell me that.
Okay, well,
But I understand.
yeah, but we wouldn't be able to leave the table.
Yes.
And as full as we were, we had to finish everything on that plate. Everybody else would be gone, and you'd still be sitting there trying to do it, and you'd be looking for the dog. And when your mom wasn't looking, you would feed the dog to try to help you finish that plate, okay? So you can't eat that way.
Can
I want you.
Go ahead. No, I just
want you to eat.
finish the thought, and then I have a question for you.
Sure.
Go ahead, finish the thought about you
No.
wanna.
So just the bottom line is, you have to eat. You have to eat portions, not mounds.
That's my problem right
It's
there.
not, because you're never gonna be hungry. You won't be hungry, because in between each
Mike,
meal.
I'm hungry right now.
Okay, so drink your water. I'm serious.
I do.
No. Look, your bottle is just as low as mine.
Yeah.
Drink your water. That will help
Help you.
fool your body from the hunger. Okay?
Well, okay, now I'm gonna jump in
Go ahead.
about feeling hunger pangs, growly stomach.
Isn't there a lot mental too?
Absolutely.
Well, and then there's the fluctuation of blood sugars, and it's directly correlated with your insulin production and your pancreas. So here's what's true for me. Going back about 5 years, I was overweight. I was like 210. I'm 230 now, but I was 210. I had a gut. It's bigger now. The only way I could get rid of that gut, I likened, and the producer knows this, I likened my appetite to a monster that I had subdued, and it was down the basement, down the steps, and it was in chains. There was a chain around its neck and on each arm and each ankle, and it was, so now the monster is starved and it's dormant and it's asleep. It's dormant, but it's a monster. My appetite is a fucking beast. So what happens is, I said, well, I gotta try something here. So I went to the fasting diet, and I says, well, let me try this 12-hour fast, because, I never really experienced an intentional fast. So I did 12 hours for a week, and I said, wait a minute, that was a complete joke. 12 hours? 12 hours, if you go to bed by 11:30, you're asleep by 12, and if you don't eat again until lunchtime, and you're busy in the morning, 12 hours goes by like this. So then I got caught up in doing an operation, right when the 12 hours was gonna expire, and all of a sudden it's 18. And I'm like, gee, I was so busy, and you all know what it feels like to be so busy that you go, oh my God, I forgot to eat. Or for me, all the time, it's I forgot to drink because I don't feel thirsty. So 18 hours goes by, and I'm like, wait a minute, what's the big deal? 12 hours, 18 hours, it's all a joke to me. So here comes a day when I was so busy in the OR with one emergency after the next that I get out of the OR, and it's 22 hours. And I wasn't even hungry because I was so preoccupied. And I said, oh, wow. And of course, there was a tray of bagels from the morning, and corn muffins and chocolate chip cookies and all of that crap that the hospital issues out. And I said, absolutely not. I'm this close. I'm going to go for the 24-hour fast. And I did it. And then I went home and I went to sleep. And I thought, Shazam. Okay, I was distracted, but that was so easy. So then I set my mind to do a planned 24-hour fast a week, 2 18s and a 24. And I did it. And I realized that it was cake to me. Here's the key. Because once you get off that seesaw, that blood sugar, insulin production seesaw, you no longer get the hunger pangs. You don't get the highs and lows of the blood sugars. Your body goes into ketosis, which means it starts to break down fats into free fatty acids. If there was anything I learned about metabolism in med school, and quite frankly, it really wasn't that much compared to what we should have been learning, was that the brain and the heart prefer free fatty acids as their fuel. And I thought, you know something? My experience was it's true. Because if you're sitting and you're trying to study or you're trying to get through a technical textbook, the last thing you want is to start feeling like you're starved, because it distracts the crap out of you. That's why when people go and sit for big exams, they got the Snickers bars lined up, they got a protein bar, they got this, they got that, they got a couple of caffeine pills, a big cup thermos of coffee, all of that stuff to keep your brain going, to keep your blood sugars up. But the only thing that ever worked for me was to keep the beast, the monster, chained up and dormant in the basement. All I had to do was to break down at a family function or lose my mind and say, oh, geez, they just bought a tray of, say, chocolate chip cookies. I'm not big on that, believe it or not. I love the nice big chewy oatmeal raisins. Here comes the killer, the oatmeal raisins. It's like those cartoons when somebody puts a pie to cool off on the windowsill and the hand comes out and finds the bear out in the woods and goes like this.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, and if I have one, I'll knock off 8. 8. And is 8 a lot? 8 was like, I'm just getting warmed up. So how does a guy like me who, you know, the carnivore diet worked for me. I started that about 2 months ago, and I dropped 10 pounds in about 10 days. And I'm not stupid. I understand it was probably, you know, swelling in water, and a lot of the inflammation that I felt went away. But, you know, it just doesn't seem to stay off. And quite frankly, I couldn't be Jordan Peterson, God bless him and his daughter, who both of them have such horrible autoimmune conditions that he freely talks about. The only thing they eat, because they had to rule everything else out in their life, the only thing that they could eat is beef and water. And I bet it's not marinated beef, smothered in A1 steak sauce. It can't be, because then there's all the sugars and all of the other crap. And that's my downfall when I have a steak. I don't really like to eat steak all the time if it doesn't have steak sauce on it. So, I don't know, Mike,
So
where does that leave me? Because once you know, it's like, you know those old pictures of the old steam engines, the old locomotives, and there's a guy with a coal shovel and he's got that door open and
we're going to talk about
and
that.
he's doing this, and the train is going faster and faster. Well, the monster in my basement is that furnace. It's the coal furnace. And carbs, to me, whether it's the oatmeal raisin or whether it's a single dish of macaroni or whether it's a bagel or a piece of toast, it doesn't matter what it is. It's taking a shovel full of coal and throwing it down to the monster, and it wakes up. And then I go, oh shit! And then I hear it snap, snap, boom, and the music wells up, and here comes the monster up the steps.
He's alive.
And it gets me. It gets me, and I'm done. I'm done. I'm a carboholic.
All right, so
I'm a
getting,
foodaholic, carboholic.
so I'm glad you brought that up about the train with the coal.
Yeah.
Because that's the coal getting shoveled into the oven of the train. That's your metabolism. So let's make, you're the conductor. You're driving the train.
Yeah.
Phil and I are hanging out in the back, and we're going to put the coal inside.
Oh, you guys are.
We're the coal guys.
Okay, you're the coal guys.
So we're just
And I'm
hanging
the
back there.
conductor.
Yeah, you were just going to make sure
I'm
that
Choo Choo Charlie.
you get to your stops the way you need to, and Phil and I will worry about everything in the back.
Okay.
Okay? So right now you radio back to Phil and I. We got the fire working perfect. Everything is burning. We look at the door. The flames are perfect. So you say, okay, we're taking off. Okay. Phil and I are like, come on, you want to play some cards? Yeah, let's throw some shovelfuls of coal on the fire. Okay?
You mean just
so we can play cards, so we don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
So I get a couple of shovelfuls, throw it in. He gets a couple of more and throws it in, and we close the door.
It's a conspiracy. Go ahead.
Right? Okay, so now we're playing cards, we're hanging out, relaxing back there while you're doing all the work. And now you're saying, hey guys, I'm 3 minutes behind on my first stop. And we're like, you got enough coal in here to get you down to 10 stops. I don't know. Go faster, whatever.
Yeah,
We got
open up the valve.
we
Something, right?
we got enough coal in there to take care of it. You get to the second stop. Guys, now we're 7 minutes behind. What's going on?
Okay.
Phil and I open up the door. Oh, look at the fire. It's no longer a fire. It's glowing. So now Phil and I had to figure out, how do we make that train make you happy, that it runs down the tracks? Is it one shovelful every hour? Is it 2 shovelfuls? How do we make your metabolism, which is the train's motor, go perfect down the tracks? So that's what you have to figure out. You need to know how much food can you keep your metabolism going. Because if Phil and I didn't throw anything on that fire, it's going to go down too low and you're going to be worse. You put too much on. How many times have you eaten, like you just said, that monster, and you reach back and you're like, whoo, let me undo my pants. I'm stuffed. I can't even eat another thing. But all of a sudden, those cookies come, and somehow you're eating 8 of them, like you said.
Yeah, well, I haven't done that in a long time.
No,
that was an example of what could happen to me when I was at work, and there was the tray.
But you never want to push yourself to that limit where you have to unbuckle your pants or get anything.
Right.
So what
I haven't had to do that in a long time. But I'm still gaining weight.
I want you to eat all day long. I don't care if you want to wake up. I would have to wake up twice in the middle of the night because every 3 hours I had to eat when I was competing. I had to eat. Otherwise, I was dropping too much weight.
Okay, but you were probably burning like 20,000 calories a day.
Well, it doesn't matter. But I'm just saying, like, you have to, I want you to eat. I want you to drink. In between each one of those meals, you have to drink. While you're eating the food, you have to drink. Because the food, your body isn't going to know that it's getting more water than food.
Well, I will say that since you set me on this trajectory, which was about, this is day 6. This is day 6 for me, drinking a gallon a day. I didn't bring it now just because I was in a rush, and I figured, I'll play catch-up ball and I'll have a bottle or 2 here. But I don't know. I mean, I'll eat dinner. I don't eat. Here's the key, and I think a lot of viewers are going to go, geez, yeah, he's right. I don't eat an eighth of what I used to eat. Now, when I was in my 20s, I was the indiscriminate, irresponsible eater. If I was in a restaurant that I liked, I'd have a salad, 2 entrees, a salad, 2 appetizers, 2 entrees, and dessert, and walk out like I could have done it all over again. That's not a joke. That is not a joke. I think I was born with a megalogaster, and that's kind of the Greek for a big stomach. And I don't mean the big belly. I'm talking about the organ that is my stomach. Why do I say this? Because a long time ago, I operated on a kid, a 3-year-old, and his father had a belly like this. I mean, it was just gigantor. And the little kid kind of looked like the dad. And we had to open his belly for some reason. It's a long time ago. I can't remember. But when we got in there, I noticed one thing. It stunned me. This kid's stomach was the size of a CVS bag, or pick your pharmacy, a Walgreens bag. And I thought, oh God, he's cursed. He's got his father's megalogaster, which means big stomach. So I don't know. I mean, I'm an endless pit. I could eat like crazy, except if I do that today, then I'm on the couch with my feet up and my pants unbuckled and I can't breathe. But I haven't done that to myself in a long, long time.
So, Mike, I think it's okay to eat as long as you're eating the right stuff.
Well,
and if you're eating the right stuff, you can eat maybe a little bit more than you should.
No, I would still keep your portions. Like our mind, because we're trained to eat, okay? Like my dog. If I put this big tray that I keep her food in,
Yes.
Tupperware container.
Yes.
And if I put that down, and I've done it before, I wanted to see, will she stop eating, or is she going to try to finish it? Right. Right.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, she just keeps going.
Yeah.
Okay.
They say dogs will do that.
Okay. So
We're laughing
okay.
at a story.
Yeah. So we're trained to like eat what's in the front of us. So the more that you're gonna have in the front of you, the
More it's gonna
worse
be.
that it's gonna be for you. You want to satisfy the hunger, but listen again. I'm not telling you you're 200 pounds. You need roughly 2,000 calories to maintain. Okay.
Okay.
If you're 300 pounds and you want to be a 200-pound guy, you're not going to eat 3,000 calories. Even though your body is calling for 300 pounds of food based on that, like that's your body weight, you're only going to eat for where you want to be. So you'll come down, you want to be a 200-pound guy. You're like, I'm 100 pounds overweight. So don't eat for a 300-pound guy. Eat for that 200-pound guy
So
where you want to
every-
be.
That sounds like
everything
good-
has to be
good way
measured-
put it, yeah.
Measured as well. You have to weigh everything.
No,
No.
you just kind of use your. Listen, if the bottom line is you're going to the pizzeria. If you're gonna eat a whole pie, you're gonna have a problem.
You can't go to the pizzeria.
No,
I know
you
he
can.
I can't.
You
Neither
can.
can I.
I can't.
Well, I
Just
can.
the word alone is sending
Listen.
shivers through my body right now.
Listen, I'm the type of
Did you
guy.
ever have eggplant ricotta pizza?
Come on, twice a day I have.
Come on. I'm the type of guy that can have one potato chip. You want to know why?
God bless you.
You want to know why?
God bless you.
I'm gonna teach you guys a secret, and women, okay? Because I don't take that whole chip and shove it down my throat.
Okay.
I'll nibble at a corner, I'll nibble at the other corner, and I'll nibble at the following, and I'll end up making that chip,
Mm.
that one chip,
Mm.
in mental capacity, become like 10, because I took 10 small bites out of it.
Yeah.
And I didn't just cream it down the
Our
throat like those
Our
cookies.
producer is making faces.
I know,
I've
because she-
tried all those. I've tried all those
She's-
tricks.
Listen, women, you girls love chips. There's no doubt. It's the sodium. Women and sodium are like
Best
together.
friends, yes.
Guys is more sugar. You know, we might go after the chocolate or something sweet, okay? Because we are sweet.
You know,
right?
I gotta jump in,
Go
just, because he knows I always have a story, an
Yes.
anecdotal story. I had lost weight, I was on a men's ice hockey team, and we were doing really good, and this real tall guy named Rich, good guy, he kept his body weight down because he was such a chain smoker, he was smoking on the bench in between shifts.
Wow.
No joke, I'm not kidding. I think he did it to make us laugh, but he had the cigarettes on the bench. And then one day we were in the playoffs, and it was at the end of a game, and I'm kind of stripping down, and he goes, "Hey, Doc." What? He goes, "Lose the gut,"
Oh, boy.
right? And I was like, I literally was like, I wasn't offended. I thought, I says, "Hey, you're right." And so, but this was in 2005. That's kind of a while ago. As a matter of fact, in 2.5 years, that's 20 years ago. Holy
Wow.
shit, right? So I said, all right, fine. So what I would do every day was I would stuff myself with salad and these disgusting turkey chunks at the hospital cafeteria. Even if I thought I was going to vomit them, I would put them in a big cup, marinate them with vinegar and some salt and pepper, and just to get them down. And I put them over that fresh salad, and I lost 30 pounds in 3 months. And he goes, "Hey," he goes, you really lost your gut." So I guess I did great, and I held that off for years until the day I had dinner at your house. And it wasn't your wife's cooking. It wasn't Lori. His wife is one of the best cooks I've ever experienced in my life. But we have a mutual friend named Louie, whose wife at the time came with this big, huge pot. And it was some kind of Puerto Rican island pork with swimming in like a bean sauce. And she says, "Oh, you want some?" And I was like, "Oh, wow." Like, she had this big fork, and the pork was just pulling away. And I says, "Oh, yeah, sure." Pluck. She throws a lump of that pork in my dish, And that's it, I was done. It changed me. Years of being in control of my appetite went right down the toilet with that Puerto Rican pork. That's not a joke. It really did. And they laugh because they know it's true. He remembers the day.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. He ate.
Yeah.
Well, John. Well, listen. Back then too, we'd go to Fuddruckers. I would get the 1 pound burger,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I would be okay with that.
Okay.
John
Uh-oh.
would have to order a 1 pound burger,
Mm.
finish it, and say, "I'm gonna get another one."
Yeah, but see, that's a problem. That's what I mean. That's why I told the story about the 3-year-old with the stomach the size of a plastic bag, like
Yeah.
this, a big one.
You might.
I
have
might
a-
be that guy.
You might have a physical condition. Yeah.
Physical.
Not a mental.
It's
Not a
true. I mean,
mental.
for the people who don't know Fuddruckers, I think they're defunct now, but
There's
they
a
were
couple
No,
left.
there's-
they were
yeah,
the
there's
home
just
of the
a few
1 pound burgers, and there was one right in between mine and Mike's house, and we would lift weights, and then he'd say, "You want to go to Fuddruckers?" Yeah, sure.
No
Twist my
twisting
arm.
arms.
And back then I really, I wasn't into drinking beer with doing all that. I figured it was too much. But a 1 pound burger, and you put all of the toppings on it. You put, cherry peppers and jalapenos and tomatoes and pickles. I love pickles on a burger. Oh boy.
I'm getting hungry.
I know.
Yeah.
And I would put mayonnaise and ketchup and I couldn't, I would rather have that burger going down my throat than air to breathe.
Mike, where's that one chip? I want to start chewing.
I know, it's true.
I don't know.
What do we do, Mike?
I think Mike's going to give up his profession after talking to us.
I think.
What do you think?
I think that the most important thing is keep your diet based on your eating habits and keep it simple.
Hang on, do it again and speak up because the
Keep
mic's in front of you, but we gotta.
Yeah, keep your diet simple, and you're gonna base your diet on your own eating habits. Forget about everyone else's diet out there because everyone knows I'm on a diet. You look great. Soon as you can't control that diet, you're worse off than when you were on a diet, right? You did your fasting diet and you're 20 pounds over.
Well, but the
than
fasting
we-
I haven't done in a long time.
No, but you did. But
Yeah.
but it came back with some.
Yeah.
Okay, so keep a diet simple and always just, you need the water. The water is going to help suppress your appetite. So if you can have the water before or in between your meals and then have it during your meals, that's fine. You want to have coffee? Great. Don't put 5 sugars in there and don't put a half a gallon of milk in there. Try to listen, when I was young, I remember being in the office. Okay, I was in an architectural woodworking shop in Brooklyn. And these ladies would be on these diets. And they would have this nice, healthy salad. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Salad dressing.
Right.
And I said to them, I said, 1 tablespoon, 200 calories.
Wow.
I said,
There's
do you know
1,400 calories.
do you know
in just
how
the
many
dressing.
burgers or slice of pizza that you just put on that salad?
Wow.
Yeah,
Think about
Well,
that.
I can't eat it plain. And I said, well, then don't eat it at all.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, right.
you just put about 800 calories on that salad.
Mm.
She's like, well, what am I supposed to do? I said, don't eat salad.
Right,
Don't eat it.
right.
Don't
You
eat
know-
it. You're on a diet, and you just, any time that you got to grab a topping, whether it's the salt, ketchup, mayonnaise,
Anything.
any
not good.
if you're going to have grilled chicken, okay,
Yeah.
Mrs. Dash, let me tell you, Mrs. Dash has excellent flavor. Zeros. Look at the zeros on it. Put Mrs. Dash on there. You could get a little balsamic. Spritz it on there. That's it. And eat it. Now you're having chicken teriyaki. Guess what? Now you're not having that clean chicken. Chicken parmesan. You're not having that clean chicken.
Oh, yeah, that's
right?
for sure. Yeah.
Okay?
Forget it.
So
Yeah.
I'm not telling you to eat like a bodybuilder because every bodybuilder out there knows that when we're on stage in a little bikini and we got 11 or 13 judges criticizing us,
Mm.
and you can't hide anything.
Mm.
Okay? I'm not telling you to become the next bodybuilder unless you want to. Okay? But I am saying that you have to keep things simple, and you want to just watch what you put on your food. Okay? And don't overeat. And if you have to have some type of crap, whether it's ice cream, candy, chocolate, or whatever, you get a slice of pizza, have it earlier in the day.
So you burn it
And
off.
then, so it will be burned.
Well,
Don't-
he dropped a lot of weight
I
just
heard.
in a matter of 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I
He
heard.
really
What
did.
did you do?
I went on a low fat.
Oh,
Low fat. I low fatted everything.
okay.
I figure I had enough fat on me that I could survive for a while without it. So seems to be working.
Bones?
Yeah.
Did you share any of that fat with Bones? 'Cause
Yeah,
he's looking to put on
I got
some,
some for him too.
Well,
There's
he
enough to go
wanted
around,
some.
believe me.
We're gonna feed Bones some peanut butter and jelly
Well,
sandwiches.
maybe we're gonna have to do a part 2 or something and get to
I think
how
so.
to gain weight. The only thing I want to finish with personal experience is that I gained weight after I left my job, after I retired. And it's not that I don't work, it's just that it's a little bit interesting. I was getting about 4 hours of sleep while at work for decades. And now I'm getting, it's broken sleep, but I'm still sleeping at least 8 hours a night. And boy, that correlate with weight gain for me. And I don't know, I don't know enough about it. I'm going to have to
Wow.
kind of look into that. So anyway.
Okay. Alchemist, John?
Yeah, well, how about summing it up, Mike?
Water.
Water.
If
Water.
It's a great place to start.
Yeah, and liquor, let me tell you, I was doing stomach for an hour every single day when I was young because I didn't know that much, okay? And when I drank on a Friday night or a Saturday night or both, it took me till Wednesday to lose that
Excess.
liquid,
Flubber,
that
yeah.
liquid between the muscle and the skin, and your skin gets thick,
Mm.
okay? So
Well,
Right.
liquor, that's
drink.
another, I'm not
It's a
telling you.
killer.
Soda,
Oh,
I
forget
stopped
it.
drinking.
Soda's
It's
poison.
not even
I-
real.
I haven't drank since 1989. And I'm not, it's just something that.
Soda?
No, liquor.
Oh, that I know.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Soda, I haven't drank since, I think, 1994.
Wow.
Okay. Wow. Well, good for you, because
Yeah.
look, soda. We could do a whole episode on soda and the garbage that it is. And apparently, diet soda is worse for you than regular soda.
Absolutely.
Who knows? All right. I think that was a really, really good place, I think, to start. We'll look for Mike to come back and do another episode, and we'll pick up on it again.
100%.
Thanks, brother.
Oh,
Phil,
anytime. Thank
John,
you.
Michael,
Thank you for
John,
having me
thank
in
you.
here.
This
Bones,
was awesome.
Bones, we'll be talking, Bones.
Yeah.
We'll
Keep,
have a,
Yeah, we didn't forget about you, boys.
get them on the program.
You're just a bit outnumbered right now.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for watching the Jersey Alchemist. If you like what we're doing, press like and subscribe. Till next time. Peace.
Yay!